Hey there! So today we are going to solve another LeetCode problem named add two numbers. Medium level, and it goes like this. You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non-negative integers. The digits are stored in reverse order, and each of their nodes contains a single digit. Add the two numbers and return the sum as a linked list. You may assume that the two numbers do not contain any leading zero except the number 0 itself. And there are some examples here, like the sum of 342 and 465 is 807. So basically we need to go through the lists and make sums from couples of elements in these lists and use these sums to create a new list. All right, so now let's create our variable result, which is going to be in the head of our new list, which we are going to return at the end. To iterate through the lists, we would need some kind of pointers. Unfortunately, the variables L1 and L2 are non-modifiable arguments of this method, so we are going to just create a modifiable copies of them. And finally, when we are going to create new nodes, we are going to somehow attach them to the result. And for that, we need a pointer to the last node in our result list. Cool. So let's start the loop. So we are going to iterate while either list1 pointer is not nil or list2 pointer is not nil. And as agreed, we are going to create some kind of new value as a sum of the pointed elements. So if there is the pointed element 1, we are going to use its value, otherwise we're going to use 0. And the same could be said about the pointed element from the list 2. Right? The new value, it could now contain numbers from 0 to 18, so we are not able to use it as a digit. So let's check for the overflow here if new value is greater than 9. And if it's so, then we are going to modify the new value a little bit and use the remainder of the new value divided by 10. Nice. Actually now we need also to check if there was an overflow at the previous step of this loop, right? And if it was, then we are going to add additional 1 to this value. And to make it possible, we also need the overflow to be a shareable state. So we're going to create the overflow as a modifiable variable outside of the loop. Nice. We finally have our value, and we are going to create the list node using one of its constructors. And what we should do now is we need to attach it somehow to our result. So if result is nil, then we are going to just attach it. We are going to just put the node as the first element of our list. If no, then we are going to modify the last node, which we should have, and its next variable should point to our node. Finally, we should modify the last node itself for the next iteration and should point it on the node itself. All right, so we did everything for this particular iteration, and we could now modify our pointers to go to the next elements of these lists. Cool. Finally, let's check for the overflow at the last iteration of our loop. Because if it did happen, then we need to add additional node, right, containing a single digit, digit 1, to the list. All right, so let's check for any compilation issues. Here they are. Yeah. Finally, let's submit our solution. Yeah, so as you see, it is executed almost instantly in 0 millisecond. Basically, the execution time stays on the edge of the threshold, and that's why, well, it beats almost any other submission. So if you'd like to see me solving other LeetCode problems, then put your request to the comment section. And as for now, thank you very much. See you next time. Cheers!